Welcome to Jenn's on the Reel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Jenn.
And I am Jenn. And before we get started, make sure you subscribe and like.
Yep. And comment, please. We would love to hear what you have to say. A lot of people don't really comment.
I know, but I feel like this show, people might comment on this one.
Maybe we will get something.
Let's see.
Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And we have Spotify as well now. And and of course, you're going to find us on YouTube, which you're probably watching right now. But today, our topic.
Bum, ba, da, bum.
Okay, how do you reach a pinnacle? All right, I don't know if you guys have watched Bridgerton yet, but the last episode, one of the daughters was asking her mom, she's actually married, and she is having intimate relations with her husband, but she's kind of laying there like a leaf, right? So
she's not reaching the pinnacle, aka the orgasm.
Exactly.
The big O.
In case you didn't realize what it was.
It took me a minute, guys, because I'm not watching Bridgerton.
And so she was asking her mom, how do you reach the pinnacle? Like, how do you know when you've gotten there? And the mom had such a hard time explaining that properly. And
okay,
Jenn,
hold on. How did the mom say it, like more? Like, oh, you'll know?
Pretty much, it ended up being a lot of words that almost ended up being like, you sort of like know when you're there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember specifically how she said it verbatim, but I know she wasn't as detailed. She then went and asked her sister-in-law, and then her sister-in-law was a little bit more elaborate on it. But still, I guess, you know, in doing a little bit of research, 1 in 10 women have never reached a pinnacle in their lifetime.
Okay, so I just want to say this. So I feel like for women, it's actually obviously a lot harder than for men. You know what I mean?
It takes a lot longer and a lot more effort,
and I just feel
an angle.
Yes, you have to hit like a certain place. You know what I mean? It is all about angles.
These are my favorite topics, guys.
It is about angles, actually. And once you find your move, listen, fireworks will come out. Like the way I know if somebody hasn't had an orgasm is if they tell me that they don't like sex.
Yes.
If they tell me they don't like sex, then I know automatically, okay, you've never had an orgasm.
Yeah, there's a problem. They're looking at it in a more probably like outer perspective rather than an internal feeling, you know, like maybe just constructive to the what's happening in the situation.
So if your daughter asks you, Mom, what is the pinnacle? How do you get there? And what does it feel like? Let's just start with, how would you describe it to your daughter?
You know, that's a good question, which I understand why even in Bridgerton, it was very difficult to even put it together. But, you know, there is a heightened feeling of emotion, but it's really, it feels like explosive. Like it's like an out of control body experience.
It's like you tense up, your eyes start rolling back. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Yes, it's true.
And the feeling is just everywhere.
Yeah. There's so much random things that happen during that time frame that your body just goes into this like convulsive moment. I don't want to express
she's kind of speechless.
I'm speechless.
She's kind of speechless.
Okay.
It's amazing. And when you have multiples,
oh my gosh, it's completely different. If you have multiples, you know, that's a lucky moment.
The screams.
Yeah. It like heightens. It's like another level. It's a lot easier to get to. But you have to keep going.
I feel like once you get one and then you get another one in a row, it's like a domino reaction. It's like doom, doom, doom.
Yeah.
So there was a time in my life that you're just like very sensitive to everything.
You know, they said that in your 40s, you're supposed to be at a certain peak.
I hit mine in my 30s.
Okay.
Mid to late 30s. I hit mine going into the 40s too. I don't know. Mine lasted a while.
Just like freaking 15
I was
45.
peaking for a long time.
You know, maybe that's what keeps you young. You know, there were back then, I remember watching TV and they would say that sex was like a sport. Basically, you would exercise a lot during that process.
Well, I wouldn't call it like a sport. But
well, you know what?
I know it does exist.
But Switzerland, the Swiss are making it a sport now.
I know that there's lots of sports, sexual sports. I've seen actually on YouTube and on TV, and things people have sent in chats.
Yeah, no, but they're actually making it like
a sport,
like
a
real thing. They're doing like a whole. How do you even do that without making it awkward? Like or appropriate? Like, is it a sport just for adults? Obviously, I would hope so.
So it's funny though, because I have a son, so I don't have a girl. So I've never really had to talk to him about like climaxing or Pinnacle or anything like that, because I feel like guys, it's so much easier. It just happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes happens too fast.
Yeah.
So the trick to that one is knowing how to make it elongated, making it last.
Holding.
Yeah. Because the thing is, we take long.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we take long, and then they can be quicker.
Yeah.
Than us.
I think the guy really has to work on stamina. Like that stamina, and
okay, so that actually does take practice.
Yeah. And the woman
baseball.
I could see it. I could see it happening just in process. The eyes rolling to a different side, thinking about baseball. But the woman also has to know when the man is about to reach
so she could calm down.
Calm down.
Right.
Even though it kind of, you have to start the process sort of all over again, but it's a little easier.
And then there's certain positions for men that they're like, I can't do that position because it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Obviously, everybody has their own preferences.
Oftentimes, the one position that the woman has more control of that situation is the one position that makes the guy go a little faster.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I know my position. Like, I already know what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna do it, and how it's like I have that shit down to a T.
It's going to happen. It's part of that schedule. It has to be part of the schedule.
It's gonna happen.
It's almost sad, I would say, that women go through this process. I know all men more than likely have reached a pinnacle point, but there's a lot of women that are not reaching
guys, they reach the pinnacle point every time.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally have sex and a woman can have sex, a man will pinnacle.
Yeah.
And the woman, no pinnacle.
Yes, it's
hey,
true.
Maybe next time, babe.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
And then you're like, okay, no, let's go one more time. And it's like, we're in some time to recover.
to recover. Yeah.
Nowadays there's stuff for that too. So
yeah, that's true. I would say start with that. With the items. There are items that you can use. That
we're talking about medication.
For men. Whoops, I went somewhere else.
Well, yeah, if we're gonna go there to the items, that too.
Yeah, that'll help you get there. At least on your own. You should experience it.
Or sometimes they do a warm up.
Yeah. Oh yes, the warm up. Start it off early. If you know your man lasts a very short time frame. I don't know.
No, or he warms you up.
He can warm you up with items, and then you can go.
Or their mouth.
If you're seeing this podcast right now, I had the courage to post it. Because right now I am sort of questioning this process.
Mind you, this topic was her idea. Let me just point this out.
It was on the list. Of topics. But anyway, I think it's important though. Like sexual health is really important.
It is. Plus, it's good for mental health.
Yes, it is. It really is. If you're not happy,
like sometimes I feel all those Karens out there that are crying on the internet and online.
Yeah, you're missing something.
I feel like they just need to get laid.
Yeah,
or Pinnacle. They need to Pinnacle.
Just go take care of your business. And just be happy. After that, how can you be
Let me tell you, I'm not going to lie. So when I'm really stressed, I'm really like irritated, it's true. I'll have sex.
Yeah.
And then I'm a lot happier after that.
Yeah.
So it's funny because Marcel's always like, when he sees me grumpy, he goes, I know exactly what you need.
Okay. So the fact that you mentioned that, because in my head right now, I'm like thinking, okay, so being angry and being asked to do that.
No, I can't. Well, it depends.
But can you?
Well, wait, it depends.
Okay, because I've had moments where I'm like, I can't stand you right now. It's too soon to even start that process because I'm like so mad in the moment that don't even touch me.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never really been that mad at Marcel that I'm just like, well, maybe I'm that mad that's not even crossing my mind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have to be like, imagine, I'm a little older now. So, you know, it doesn't happen as often as I would love. Because, you know, sometimes the mood is not there. You remember, I peaked for a long time.
Yeah. Girl, I'm sure you have left.
You know, like sometimes I'm like, man, I need some testosterone in me or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the
That
one that
helps women, by the way.
Yeah, so when you're like going through this perimenopause bullshit, like it affects a lot of stuff, and that's one of the major things it affects.
Yeah,
you know, if it wasn't for that and the hot flashes and that to me are the worst part,
Yeah.
and the gaining weight.
yeah,
But it helps when I'm on hormones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was on that pellet, girl, I don't know. Like he needed a break.
yeah.
It was like, rawr, you know?
Damn.
I was like, literally, get up here right now. Hurry up. I'm going to pounce on you.
But
Or I'll do it myself.
I'm sure he wasn't mad. I'm sure he was.
No,
not
he
mad.
wasn't mad, but he was tired. He was
He's
very
older
tired.
too, right? So it's like
Yeah, like he
men,
literally
men
one day.
at a certain stage, they're also
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Like one day, I remember we were like away or something on the weekend, and I was like, "Let's go." He's like, "I need a break," you know. And then I'm like, "Okay, till tomorrow."
Yeah. I'll give you 24 hours.
Not even 24. Tomorrow morning. But it was crazy, but not for nothing. He keeps telling me, "Man, you should get back on the pellet." I'm
well,
like, "No, I got too fat." He goes, "I don't care. I like you fat. I don't. Doesn't matter."
men don't care.
I know,
honestly.
I
Oftentimes
noticed.
they don't care. I will say that even if you're mad, when the process does happen, you like forget. You like forget that.
Okay,
you're
you've
even
never
mad.
heard that. Okay, somebody told me this one time.
What did they tell you? I'm so afraid.
I'm laughing like the bee thing. Somebody once told me when you get into a
yeah,
fight,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you get into a fight with your significant other or whatever, just to get naked.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
So if like imagine you're fighting and then you both just get naked. It's very hard to fight with somebody when they're just standing naked in front of you.
Huh. I'm gonna try that.
Now, what happens
we
after
don't
the
get into many
nakedness?
fights
it
though,
doesn't.
but yeah. So I might forget by the time we actually get into an argument. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
But think about it. You can't you start laughing.
yeah,
I mean, I've never tried it.
or
but
I think the men get really distracted. They're very visual.
no, for sure. I can't even change him for Marcel. He's
Yeah.
like staring at me.
And and for a woman to get the courage to even go through the nudity part of it, you know, that's like
No, I
breaking
have
an
no
ice.
problem being nude. I love walking around my house naked.
I know.
Like when when the boys are home, I'm like, pfft.
That's
Like there
it.
was one weekend that we had no kids in the house. We had the house all to ourselves. And I was just
looking
walking
forward to
around the
that.
house naked. And he's like, "You're just walking around the house naked." I go, "I know because I can.
Yeah,
It's my house." The
Yeah,
fuck?
David's looking forward to it, to that empty nesting. We got 2 years, but I still have my mom at home, so you know, maybe when she's at work, maybe. I mean, sometimes
naked
it
house.
happens, yeah.
That's what we were calling it, the naked house.
Yep. And, you know, so that part of the process, the pinnacle part, is obviously very important. So for many women that are not experiencing this, you know, I think it's really important that you consider, you know,
You have to get to know your body too.
Yeah.
Plus, you know,
and what ticks you, like what gets you there.
right. So some women, you know, have their uterus is like this or like this.
I've
So
heard
like
about the
mine is
different spaces,
like mine
yeah.
is like different. Mine is whatever everybody's is. Mine's the opposite. I think
Okay.
it's up or down or whatever it is. But whatever everybody else's is, of course, mine is like the opposite. So they always say, "Oh, it's gonna be a little harder." They had said it was gonna be harder to have kids. They said it was gonna be harder to have pinnacles.
Yeah. And you had no problem.
Well, it took. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger and I was having sex, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like really orgasm that often. I think I remember the first time I orgasmed, I was like, "Holy shit, what the hell was that?"
Yeah, same. You can go so many years thinking that you've reached it, but
And then you haven't really reached
didn't.
it.
It just because it feels good doesn't mean that's the moment.
That's
the
it.
moment is a convulsive, out of control.
And I feel it happens a lot when you're younger, because when you're younger, first of all, boys, they're quicker.
yeah. So you don't
And
have
you don't really have a lot of time, and they're not that much of an
And you
expert
don't
either,
know.
and you don't know. So
Yeah.
in
And
the
the other
beginning
thing
years is a little rough.
There's a warm up. Like, guys, there's a warm up process. Okay, this is not like a quick situation. There is a warm up. And
But
the
you could
warm up has to
climax.
be smooth, okay? So if you need the lube, you got to get there because
that roughness.
that roughness is not going to warm up nothing. It's going to be more like a freaking rug burn.
Okay,
Like,
but what
don't do it.
about there's other ways to climax? It doesn't have to be through intercourse.
Yeah.
So, but when you're younger,
That has been.
I remember when I was younger, I could only Pinnacle by myself.
Yeah.
Like it was just me, myself, and I.
Yeah. I mean, that there are these like classes or whatever that they do, and it's supposed to be energy based, and they do this like energy thing, and then from like a distance, they like calling in your energy or something, and people are like orgasming all over the
Have you ever had an orgasm in your dreams?
No.
I have like 3 times.
Dude, what life do you live?
Like one time, and one recently, which I must have been when I was on those pellets or whatever. I had like an orgasm while I was sleeping. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's good. That's
I
a
wish
gift.
it would happen more often.
That's a gift. That's a gift.
It was a gift because it happened like 1 or 2 times.
But still,
I think maybe
like, who does
3
that?
times that's happened to me.
Men do
like in
that.
my life.
Yeah, men do that. They wake up,
The
bed
wet
is
dreams.
Yeah, the wet dreams. Yeah. No.
That was with them when they're younger, I think.
Yeah. Well, we would love
To hear your comments on this.
How do you reach your pinnacle? Don't give
Any
too
tricks
many
we should know
specific
about?
details.
Let us know. Comment.
The only thing that I would say that we've missed so far is that G spot. It's really important. Find it.
Fellas, we're trying not to be so, I'm trying to control my mouth here a little bit.
Yeah, we're trying to be politically correct. But yes, find it.
Go find it.
Yeah, have the girl find it first, then tell you where it is. That'll be the easiest way. But anyway, it's really important. It's important for your relationship.
For your mental health.
Yes, for your mental health, and definitely if you're not having. I will say that if you're not having intercourse in your relationship and reaching those heightened levels of enjoyment in that process,
you need to rethink the relationship.
you gotta rethink the relationship or what you're doing, or you're definitely missing out. But you have to open up to it because it is something that strengthens your relationship. And just because you reach 40 or 50 or 60 doesn't mean it has to stop there. It can still continue.
Oh yeah, it can definitely
use your
continue.
resources. But we do appreciate your time, and thank you for listening to our craziness every week. And as we have mentioned, don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day.
Comment.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.